Paul Stulac, Postscript, San Andres. Compliments of Mark over at Backcountry Pipe. Let me bring the microphone a little closer to me so things don't sound so strange. Decided I was going to give this guy a go today. Wasn't sure I'd have time to make a video this weekend. And then I started watching my fellow tobacco tubers and thought, well, I should probably contribute. So I went ahead and looked in my humidor and decided what I was going to try today. This is a San Andres wrapper. So I think I've only had one or two different San Andres wrappers in my cigar smoking time. Right away, that's excellent. Oh my. I took a bit of a cold draw off this as I was setting everything up for the video. And the minute I got the cold draw, I was like, oh yeah, I am opening a fresh bottle of Laphroaig quarter cask to pair with this bad boy. And that is what's in the glass. Laphroaig quarter cask is a very peaty Laphroaig. Probably my favorite Laphroaig. Probably. It's not super smoky that it'll overthrow the cigar, and it's got enough brightness and sharpness and sweetness to it to be a good match, so I thought I'd give it a go. This is going to be a full Robusto. It's got to be a 50 by 6.5, which is a pretty big cigar for me, considering for the last probably 6 to 8 weeks I've been focused primarily on the pipe, not so much on a cigar. This is a lot of tobacco, so I'm going to probably do this one in 2 sessions, which is perfectly fine with me. I'll do one now, inside today, and then as the sun goes away and I don't have to burn my very pale fair skin, I may sit out on the deck and have the rest of it later in the day. I don't mind smoking a cigar in 2 sessions. Some people say, oh, you know, it's not going to taste as good. Like, typically what I do is I just take my cigar cutter and I cut this charred end off and I light it up again. And it's usually good to go. Quality of construction of this cigar is incredible. I do like a nice shiny wrapper, but this one's kind of, it's a little oily, a little matted, and a little more of a flat finish, but I like that too. Get it up there real close, see if you can see what I'm talking about. It's a pretty nice quality of construction. I don't know the value on these guys, and like I said, I don't have too many San Andres wrapper cigars, so I'm not going to say it's a new experience for me, but it's a rare experience for me, and for that I'm grateful. So by now, a lot of people probably know that my sort of baseline is a Rocky Patel 92. That's kind of the baseline that I use for a comparison point for cigars, at least with flavor profile. And this one is a little bit there. It's got like malty chocolatey thing. It's I would say it's not black coffee. It's like cream and sugar coffee. I would say it's not dark chocolate. It's semi-dark chocolate. The cereal note I'm getting off of this is something like between Shreddies and Chex. Maybe a little cornflake. It's remarkably well balanced. I like it when right in the first few minutes of a cigar, you can really size it up. I'm sure there'll be some evolution as I go along. But I like right away just getting a pop of goodness off the top of the cigar. Yeah, since I haven't sat down and really smoked a cigar in a while, I haven't really sat around and appreciated what goes into them. Well, that does something. That does something real nice. Wow, this is a nice cigar. Holy smokes. Now this comes from Mark over at Backcountry Pipe, and I'm sure there's a bit of age on it in his humidor. I've found that myself. I like to buy Arista cigars. They're kind of my go-to for budget-friendly cigars, the Arista Maduro wrapper. And you get a bundle around $60, and you can get a pack of Chicos for 20, 25. And those cigars definitely benefit from sitting in your humidor for a while. I still have some stuff in that humidor that's been there for 2 or 3 years. I think I gotta make an upgrade on it though. Um, I do put Vita packs in there, or Bovita, however you say it, and it does have a little hygrometer on the front, and it's sitting at the low end of 60%. I do think I'm gonna have to spend a little bit of money and get a little electronic humidifier in there. You put distilled water in it, plugs into the wall, and it keeps everything nice and humidified. This apartment gets pretty dry in the winter and pretty moist in the summer. I try to keep the cigars sort of close to the outdoors to have the moisture be as natural as it can be. But, you know, it's also close to the heater. Now, I don't know if it's because I'm pairing it with the Scotch, but there is like a sherry wine note in there, which I don't think this is aged in sherry barrels at all, but there's like a sherry wine note in there. Yeah, this is perfectly complex. Exactly what I like to get out of a cigar. Yeah, I don't think there's too much more for me to say except that, you know, summer is definitely here, and in the best way possible. We have not had an overwhelmingly hot spring out here. We had a few impactful storms. In the area of Ontario I live, it's pretty common to see trees down because the winds get a little cyclonic. But other than that, and work's been heavier than expected, although some things have changed and things are getting better, and I'm making some changes. So, you know, that's going to hopefully move in a direction that starts pulling me towards my next step. There is one thing that I kind of want to mention that really has nothing to do with cigar channels or my channel or anyone's channel. It does have to do with YouTube. There's a YouTuber who was on here for a long time. Like when I actually first got into the more like nature-oriented, living off-grid type of YouTube content, the first guy that I found was John Desclose. His channel was called Boss of the Swamp, and a couple of weeks ago he shut it down because you know, the monetization rules on YouTube were getting a little bit silly. The only reason I mention him is I'm going to steal a quote directly from him and share it with you. And it was a handful of words that were really impactful in my life, and that is, you need to move towards your dreams. And it's just the way he said it and meant it and had done it, it stuck with me. So as things change and I'm making some changes at work and thinking about the next big move I'm going to make in life, and you know, there's been some tough things come up lately. It makes it even more important to remember that quote. So you know, here's to win it even when you're losing. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Here's to taking it easy, keeping it a hobby, not a habit. And one last time for the Boss of the Swamp, you got to move towards your dreams. Cheers. Paul Stulac, San Andres, right down to the nub. That is the tell of a really nice cigar.